Hello, hello, John. How are you?
Good. How are you, Paul?
Wonderful, thank you. It was great to see you in Nashville for the premiere. What a great thing just to see this show do what it's supposed to be doing, but on a mass scale, right?
Oh yeah, and it was really fun to watch it in a theater, like with 1,800 people in this massive. It was really a great celebration of the show, and it sort of reminded me of just how cinematic the show really is. It holds up as a movie experience in the theater, but it was fun to celebrate together and great to watch with the crowd.
Yeah, it's beautiful because it's hard to recreate everything that happened during those times. But I mean, you sure did it in Greece, and what a beautiful place to do it. I mean, some of those shots were just incredible. So when you're on the set and looking around, you must be thinking, "Yeah, I know why we did it here."
Yeah, I mean, we chose Greece for a reason, and I'll tell you, we really put ourselves out in the land. You know, this is a show so much about the land, and we wanted to do it as practical as possible. So we built our houses and our sets on the land, out in the world. We went to the tops of mountains. We brought, dozens of horses out into fields with guys with swords and did it all for real. So that was really fun. And when you see it, you feel that.
Yeah, well, and it's got to be great too because you grow up like me with the productions that were maybe lesser. The story was there, but and so to be able to do something like this has just got to be one of life's great blessings, right?
Yeah, it's such a gift, and I think we're really grateful for it. Like the partnership with Amazon have given us resources to do this at the right scale. And I mean, we're still, smaller budget than big shows like House of David or like Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon, but we use every bit of resource we have, and we pour a lot of love and passion into the show. And I'm really proud of how it feels, and I think it delivers a truth and a gritty, sort of earthy, grounded life to it, and heart and soul that we intended in going in to deliver. So I think one of the great gifts of seeing how much people have responded to season one and how well they've received all the things we intended to do. It's really given us a lot of energy and momentum in season two.
Yeah. Well, it's also great to see just such a sea change in this faith-based content and positive content because we're in strange times. I feel like we kind of need this right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really the vision behind the company. And, I always hope that the things I spend my life doing and putting my energy and passion into are going to be things that impact people positively. But still, honestly, like, I mean, this is a show that does not shy away from the brutality of the time, the difficulty of stepping into your own destiny, the price you pay,
Yeah.
for being anointed. Um, and also the charm and the comedy and the heart and the relatability of family relationships in a show that really is about houses and families.
Mhm. And what do you suppose it is about this time right now to where people are, I mean, as they're saying at the screening, Bible sales are up and we're seeing things, like The Chosen and Sound of Freedom. I mean, all these things, it's just people are just gravitating towards this right now. It's a great time for it.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think it's a time where we need hope and positivity in the world and things that bring us together. So, I mean, my Lord, I would love it if the things we make feel like they bring people together. It's something we desperately need.
Mhm. Well, we've got a lot of people out there who are inspired by this and things that you've done and think, see, I want to do this, but so much harder than you can imagine. So, what kind of advice would you give to somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps and tell great stories?
I mean, I think it's always about like, first of all, you have to have just a real genuine passion for it because it is extremely hard. And what makes it hard is what makes it worth doing, right? I mean, for me, I love that challenge. Irwin and I love those challenges. Like, I think in our hearts, we're independent filmmakers. We're gritty, sort of, kids with cameras still is in our mind. And so, but you've got to come at it with excellence and with a determination to fight for the excellence every step of the way. And so get good at what you do and then make sure that you pour your full heart and soul into it when you do it. And then have stories that are compelling to tell. Like this was a great one to tell. This is obviously a very famous story that a lot of people love. And so it was a great gift to be sort of stewards of the King David story.
Yeah. Well, and you'll like this. So, my co host is Drew Pearson, one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. This is the 50th anniversary of the Hail Mary. So, we got to ask you your Hail Mary moment, the moment in your life or career you just had to go for it and it worked out for you.
Oh man. I feel like I've had one of those like every
Yeah.
couple.
Well, this
I,
might be it, but it might be something else.
Yeah, I mean, look, honestly, launching the Wonder Project channel is a Hail Mary, right? We talk a lot about that. There's so many streamers out there, but we're trying to create a really unique space that targeted for an audience we love and know. And we're hoping that this really works. We're investing so much of ourselves and our work and our effort and our passion um, for this to work. So I hope that the audience really receives it in the way we intended. I think it's going to really be great. But I'll let you know on the other side if the ball lands.
Yeah, that's true. Well, speaking of which, so Sunday is the big launch. It's interesting to launch it on a Sunday, but what in the world are people getting into? Because they subscribe and there's some really cool stuff in there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the idea of it really is to be a unique, curated space where we are bringing our taste and our understanding of our audience to say, like, we think you're going to love these shows, these movies, premium content that we know we all love from libraries of movies and TV shows we've seen over the years, but then also we're constantly creating original content to supplement that. And so we hope it's a place where it's like we call you into the room and go like everything here is safe to watch with your family, but it's all great. And we think you're going to love it. And then here's things we're making with all of our heart and soul to add to that. And it's a space that you can watch with your family. You don't have to worry about your kids seeing it. And that's really the vision behind this thing, which is like there's a lot of people we believe that don't feel comfortable sitting their kids in front of Netflix or Amazon, that we believe that our promise is you can watch this stuff without concern and you're going to love all of it.
Yeah, and so you're operating at such a high level and doing such cool things, and it takes intense focus. So, what do you tell yourself, or what is it that you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path? Is it your faith, or is it mantra or prayer? What is it that you always keep in mind?
I mean, it's such a gift. I love what I do. I love that I get to do this. It's something I've wanted to do since I was a kid, and it's the and I never get tired of creating stories, of being on set, of collaborating with other great artists, of having the gift of sharing stories that are really moving to other people. I mean, I'm an audience member. I love watching great things that change my life and change my worldview. And so to get to be a contributor to that and somebody who genuinely professionally and spends my time doing this for a living, I get to see and hear how it impacts people's lives all the time. And it's really moving and it's a great honor, genuinely. I just love it.
Yeah, and so the season is so cool, and there's a lot coming up. What can we expect from the season, and also what do you hope that people will get out of it? Because depending on what you've been through, you may get something different out of it.
Yeah, and man, I love hearing those stories of how much people are moved by particular moments in the show. I had a friend, an old high school friend, write to me recently out of the blue, and she said, "My family's been going through a really, really hard time in a lot of ways, and I'm watching season one of House of David, and there's a moment in episode 5 where David is hung over the balcony, his life is threatened, and he says to Yoav, I know my purpose. Do you know yours?" And she said that completely struck my heart and gave me so much hope and just instilled in me and all this purpose and that's not a moment I necessarily would have picked as one that would be the one that was transformative for someone. So you kind of just like you tell great stories as best you can with the right intention and the right heart, and it will reach people and move people in so many different ways. And season 2 is just bigger and better than season 1. I mean, genuinely, it is a season of transformation. The world is changing from the Bronze Age to the Iron Age. David is changing from a shepherd to a warrior. All of the relationships are going to be impacted very dramatically by that shift. And it's epic, it's emotional, it's fun, it's funny, it's got a ton of heart. So I'm really hoping that people feel the love and soul that we put into the show for season 2.
Yeah, they absolutely will. It's and the casting is just fantastic too. I got to know where you found
Yeah.
Michael because you can get the wrong David. It changes the whole
Yeah,
thing,
trust me, we were very concerned about it. It took a long time to find that kid, but when we did, we knew we had a show.
right? Yeah, and also, with the rest of the cast, a lot of them we haven't seen, or maybe we've seen in little places, but it's also really cool to see Stephen Lang in there too, because he's
Oh my
amazing.
gosh. I gotta tell you what, like one of the great surprises of this whole show for us, he is just extraordinary. And I mean, I've always known he's a great actor, but
Yeah.
the way he inhabits this character, like I can't, it really is one of those things where watching him every day on set is just such a gift. And he brings so much truth and so much power to that role.
Mm.
It's intimidating when that guy looks you right in the eyes, you know? He's
I
great.
know. I've sat across from him a couple times, but yeah, he's just great in this. Yeah. And I got to know, when did you first decide that you were going to go down this path and tell these great stories for, for your life?
I mean, I think for me, it started in college,
Yeah.
um, where I remember I was trying to debate about like how reasonable I thought it was to expect that I could make movies for a living, you know? And and I was the kid, my dad's a preacher. I was the kid in film school that always had my God shirts that I wore, like the t-shirts that like let everyone know, you know, that I was a Christian. And I remember praying at some point that like uh if you let me make movies for a living, I'll make them for you. And and the funny thing is, it's like been such a challenge over 30 years of like, the quality of filmmaking in the faith space was often not great.
Yeah.
And then I realized that like I'm going to be held to that promise. I'm going to have to keep forging a path to try and make them better. I think that there's a great group of people doing really good work in this space, and so I'm honored to be part of it.
Yeah. Well, as a fellow preacher's kid, or PK for people at home, it is tough to navigate through that space, but what a great full circle thing to be able to do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And last thing, I know that you've got so much stuff just going around over there. What can we expect from you next after this?
Wow. Well, we are hopefully we'll do a season 3 of the show. I
Yes.
also have a movie about the Wright brothers that I've been wanting to make for a really long time that is in development that I imagine may very well be my next film. I also have a movie that's the origin story of It's a Wonderful Life,
Yeah.
the Frank Capra film, which I've already written and I'm very excited to make. So I've got a couple big movie ideas on the horizon, and then we're developing tons of TV shows that I'm really excited about as well. So many things, many
Ah,
things.
that's amazing. Well, for now, we're going to tell everyone to check out the new season. It's fantastic. And on Sunday, make sure they subscribe. Really appreciate your time. And it was great to be in Nashville. And I know a lot of people at home are just going to get that great experience as well, too.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. It was great to see you there, and thanks for your time.
Absolutely. Thank you. We'll see you
All right.
soon.
Thanks,
Okay, thank
Paul.
you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.